Good morning, everyone. It's so great to see so many familiar faces. I think this is my 10th or 11th day of caring. I can't keep track anymore. But some of you I think I've seen here every year since. You right there, some of you. So it's wonderful to see you keep coming back. Earlier this morning I was having some conversations with some of our veteran volunteers, and everybody always says how much they enjoy and look forward to this event. But by the same token, our numbers have decreased. Years ago, we used to have hundreds of people that were able to participate in this, and more it's challenging to get companies to allow their employees to do service on their time. So I commend you, I commend your companies for still participating and for believing in what we do and for giving you the opportunity to do some great community service today. So thank you for participating, and thank you to your companies. There are two companies today that I would like to highlight, because if it wasn't for them, this event really wouldn't be possible. You wouldn't be able to have those fabulous t-shirts that I hope that you will wear today and wear for many years to come on your own. And those are our sponsors. This year, this event was sponsored by Morgan Advanced Ceramics, Albarox Products. I know you have a whole crew here today. And also Sylvia and Company Insurance Agency. So a big shout out to both of you. And of course, our not so nutritious but very delicious breakfast was provided by Dunkin' Donuts in Dartmouth. So thank you, Dunkin' Donuts. Today's event is a little bit different for us. We've had our Day of Caring for many years. We've also always held a campaign kickoff event. And this year we thought, why couldn't we roll it into one? Why couldn't the Day of Caring mark the beginning of our campaign and serve as our campaign kickoff? So this is the first time we're doing this. It's a little different, but it also today marks our first day of Live United Week, which is something that we started last year and was really well received. We got some great momentum going, and it was just a great way to be out in the community, to really show a lot of different people the ways that they could get involved, and just kind of be in the media and create some buzz for a week straight. So today is the first day of Live United Week. And it starts with, of course, the Day of Caring and the campaign kickoff breakfast. But every day next week, we have some wonderful things going on. So I'm just going to go through the list. And we do have some information, some flyers that hopefully you'll leave with today. And I hope that you will spread the word within your own workplaces and with your friends and family, and see how you might be able to get involved. A lot of them are kind of low-touch things, but great ways and great fun things to do. On Monday, it's Live United Day. We are going to be on busy street corners holding signs like the politicians. And I know it is campaign time, so we may be having some competition on the street corners to hold our signs and to create some buzz. But I know some of you are actually volunteering to do that, and we look forward to seeing you. And if you're not, but you're going to see us driving by, and be sure to honk the horn and give us a shout out. It's a great way for us to kind of say hello to the community and be very public about United Way. On Tuesday, it's Black and White Day, so wear your t-shirts again, or wear just black and white, and when people ask you why you're wearing that, tell them it's Live United Day, Black and White Day. Wednesday, we're calling it a virtual volunteer day, and we're asking people to basically make it a day of reflection to talk about why they do community service. And if you're on Facebook, please make sure you belong to our Facebook page, and tell us how you live United. Tell us about your volunteer experience. You can talk about today's Day of Caring if you'd like, or some of your past experiences. Thursday, we have an online trivia contest where we'll test your United Way knowledge, but we have some great prizes available for that. And we also have a coloring contest that's going on with local schools and local agencies for the children. So if you'd like your own child or a grandchild or someone, a little person that you know, to participate, let us know and we can get them signed up for that. The other thing we have going on all week is Dine United. And it is my hope that all of you will choose to dine out and patronize one of the establishments that are participating. We have 11 establishments that are participating, and they've committed to giving us a portion of their proceeds for either a day or even a week, depending on that restaurant. So we'll be passing out those flyers as well. But back to today's Day of Caring, we have nearly 100 people that are going to be doing community service today. I know not all of the volunteers are actually here this morning, but we have 10 agencies participating, 100 volunteers. That's going to total over 650 volunteer hours. That's really great, and that deserves a round of applause. When you quantify the value of what that service is, it's over $14,000 worth of service. And I can tell you that these organizations that you're going to today, they have very small staffs, they have small budgets, they really rely on volunteers to do the things that you're going to be doing today. They're looking forward to having you, they're looking forward to having some great work done. So it's important that you know how much your time and effort really is genuinely appreciated today. So thank you again. As I said, it also marks today our campaign kickoff. I know all of you participate in our campaign through your workplaces. It's really the backbone of what we do. We couldn't fund agencies, we couldn't be an organization, we couldn't put events like this on if it wasn't for the campaign. And we are very fortunate this year to have a wonderful person at the helm to chair that campaign. And I'd like to welcome him at this time, Paul Medeiros from Bank 5.
Thank you, Michelle. Hopefully you say the same kind words at the end of the campaign. But I'm absolutely thrilled to be this year's campaign chairperson. Bank 5 has a long-standing partnership with United Way New Bedford. We volunteer. We have a group of people here today. And really, we take the lead from our bank president, Bill Eccles, who's here today, who encourages all of the bank's employees, like your own employers do, to go out and give back to your communities and participate and volunteer. I look at my role as chairperson really as just to try to bring the team together and work together for one goal, which is a successful campaign to raise as much money as we can and to also raise awareness of the United Way and what we're all about. Believe it or not, there are a lot of people out there that really don't understand what we're about. So I think it's a combination of go out, we need to raise money because in these economic times there's absolutely more need than there's ever been. And I think you all know that. So it's about that, and it's also about raising the awareness of what the United Way it does and what it's all about, and it's just a wonderful thing. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. And I certainly commend all of you as I look out over the sea of Live United shirts. That's wonderful. We thank you for coming out. Thank you to your employers for allowing you the time to come out. This is very important. When Michelle told me how they were going to handle the kickoff this year, where we were going to combine it with the Day of Caring, I said, that's a great idea, because it's all about the agencies, it's all about giving back, and it's all about supporting your community. So this is a wonderful thing. I'm looking forward to working with the United Way staff. There's a great group of people, and all of you and the volunteers and the campaign cabinet to really put together a good, strong campaign, raise a lot of money, get the word out there about what we do. So looking forward to it. Thank you very much. I'm going to hand it back over to Michelle. That's right.
One of the things I realize is I know that some of you are actually taking your own time to be here today, taking a vacation day. So, you know, again, that's what this is all about. Thank you for doing this. This year, we have lots of different projects. For the past few years, we've actually opened up the Day of Caring to all types of nonprofit organizations in the community that need some service done, not just the exclusive member agencies that are affiliated with United Way. And this year, one of our largest projects is actually going to be with the Morgan Advanced Ceramics team. So we have about 50 of you going to Allen's Pond Wildlife Sanctuary near Horseneck Beach. And that's a new organization for us to partner with. But it really is what we're trying to do is we're trying to really branch out to support all different types of organizations, not necessarily the ones that people always just assume United Way is supporting, like the Health and Human Service organizations, but also those that help with the arts or help with the environment. It's really about providing service and providing what's needed to any nonprofit organization. So we're happy to be able to extend our reach through the Day of Caring to other types of nonprofits. Lastly, I just wanted, as I had said earlier, I see one of our sponsors just arrived. We did give a shout out to the Sylvia Group before, but thank you, Beth. Beth is also a board member. We have several board members here today, and I'd like to recognize and thank them, as well as the amazing staff. We're a small group of people that do some really great big things, and we're able to do what we do because of the true belief that we have in the work that we're able to support the community with, and I'm really fortunate to have a great team behind me. So thank you to the staff and to the board. I hope everybody's ready. Are you ready? Yes. You're not cold, are you? No. All right. Well, that's right. It's warm in the sun, and sometimes it's better to have that cool breeze on you, because I know you're all going to be working up a sweat. Thank you again, and have a wonderful time today. We are always looking for feedback, so please share your thoughts with us, share your comments, your suggestions. But thank you again for participating, and we look forward to seeing you at your project sites. We'll be taking pictures, so be sure to smile, and you'll be seeing those pictures at another time, I'm sure. Thank you so much. If you haven't had breakfast yet, make sure you get some. There are lids for your coffees. You can take them to go. And also, we have some flyers on Dine United and Live United Week that I hope that you take with you as well. Thank you so much. Today is our 2011 Day of Caring, and we have nearly 100 volunteers doing community service throughout the South Coast. And today's sponsors were the Sylvia Group of Insurance Agencies, Morgan Advanced Ceramics, as well as Dunkin' Donuts. This event also marks the beginning of our United Way campaign and Live United Week. We have a lot of great activities for people to get involved in and to raise awareness about United Way and the work we do in the community.
Good morning. Today is September 16th, 2011, and it's Live United kickoff week. And what happened this morning here at Custom House Square was a send-off of about 100 volunteers for the purpose of a community service day. This is a great event sponsored by the Sylvia Group and by Morgan Advanced Ceramics. Now, this is an event now, an annual event that takes place in our city that has people come and volunteer. Many different organizations and businesses give their individual employees the day to go out and do great things for our city and the people of our city. And it not only is in New Bedford per se, but throughout our region. Now what we'll do, Michelle Hantman, who's the president of United, the United Foundation here in New Bedford, and Dennis Galvin, who is the chair, are going to go through the list with me of some of the companies that have employees here, but also some of the great things they're going to do, just so you get flavor for it. I think the most impressive thing for me is when I, in previous years, have gone out and see where the volunteers are working. They're so diligent. They're working with different organizations and groups. They try and meld together. If they're going into a specific nonprofit, or if they're going to a place where there's been work taking place in the past, they jump right in. It takes a few minutes to learn what they're going to do, and then they jump right in. Other than wearing a t-shirt, you wouldn't know who is volunteering for the day or who's been there 365 days a year. It's a great thing. It builds friendships. It builds a sense of community. It also shows people, though, that just a little bit of volunteerism can go a long way in our community. So, Michelle, the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is let's just go through some of the places that our volunteers are going to be going through today. And I know you gave me a list, but it's a very impressive list.
Sure. We have our sister school, YWCA, the Family Pantry, Damien's Place, which is in Wareham, Market Ministries. We have our largest project today is the Sharing the Harvest farm at the Dartmouth YMCA. We have folks at Community Nurse in Fairhaven, the Schwartz Center in Dartmouth, Your Theater. We have lots and lots of different projects and nearly 100 volunteers. Some projects are as small as just one person at that organization, and some are as large as about 50 in a group.
So it's at the end of the day, everyone's going to go home and have some great stories to tell their families and impress upon their kids why they need to volunteer. And Dennis, if you would, can you just tell us some of the different volunteers, where the volunteers come from, and the communities that donate literally employee hours. So this is the equivalent of an in-kind, but it costs the companies a day, but they're happy to do it.
Yeah, it surely does. And we would like to thank all of those companies that reach out extra special with some of their employees. We have Lockheed Martin, Bank 5, NSTAR, New Bedford Housing Authority, Bank 5, Bristol County Savings Bank, and the New Bedford Housing Authority, and there are many others as well. But we'd like to thank those companies for allowing their employees to come on Volunteer Day here at the United Way.
So, and then, Michelle, if I could, if you want to just talk about some of the other projects you have coming this week with Live United Week, and then also if you want to give a shout out to the different people that you work with each day, that would be great too.
Sure. So today does mark the beginning of Live United Week. We have different activities going on every day, starting today, going through next Friday. So today was officially Day of Caring and the campaign kickoff. Monday is a day where we're going to be seen all over New Bedford holding signs to raise awareness about United Way and the work we do. We have a coloring contest going on all week with the New Bedford Public Schools and some of the other area agencies that serve children. We have a trivia contest one day. We have lots of fun activities that people of all ages can get involved in. And then one of the things that we're really excited about is all week we also have something called Dine United. So we have 11 establishments, restaurants, cafes that have participated and basically committed to giving us a portion of their proceeds for either a day or the entire week. And those restaurants are all over New Bedford and Fairhaven, and all of the information can be found on our website, and people can visit unitedwayofgnb.org to see the different restaurants and the different activities that we have going on.
Very good. Now, what about you have a year-round program,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that it takes an awful lot of time to be able to connect with all the different communities in our city that need help, and then it also takes a lot of time to raise the money.
Mm-hmm.
I know people can contribute by way of employee contributions. They can hold little fundraisers. We have companies like Dennis's NSTAR that'll write a check at the end of the year if we need some extra help, which is greatly appreciated. And tell us, what kind of staff do you have? Who's behind all this?
We have a small staff. We have 4 core United Way staff, myself, Sarah Garnett, who is our Vice President of Resource Development, Caroline Cuccia, our Director of Marketing and Public Relations, and Lisa Calvano, who's our Director of Finance and Administration. And then the other thing that United Way has that some people don't always realize that it's affiliated with United Way is we have 2 of our own programs. The Community Building Mini Grants Program, which the director of that is Claudia Kirk, and the Hunger Commission of Southeastern Massachusetts, which is run by Bill Schell. So that's the United Way staff. Small group of people, but we're able to do what we do because we have a great board that supports us, and then the volunteers that we have that help with anything from answering the phone, stuffing envelopes. Your wonderful wife helps us, in the office, and a lot of different people from all walks of life that are able to come in with any type of task that we need.
It's the umbrella group of all the different nonprofits that we have that holds it together, and it's very helpful. The thing I would say is there's a thank you dinner that takes place in the spring, I believe, and at that thank you dinner there are literally dozens and dozens of companies that turn out that make up the foundation of the recruitment drive for not only volunteers but also for contributions. And I know we always want to thank them, and you're always looking for other companies to get involved, aren't you?
We are. That's really the main part of what we do is the campaign. If it wasn't for the campaign, we couldn't fund organizations. We couldn't have events like this. We couldn't have a staff that makes it all possible. And that celebration is usually marking the end of the campaign. And we usually have, nearly 400 people that are in attendance representing the organizations that benefit from United Way dollars, representing volunteers, board, as well as those companies that really are the backbone of the fundraising effort. We run about nearly 200 campaigns at area businesses, large and small. I mean, some businesses that do a United Way campaign literally have 2 people on staff, and then we have companies as large as the Acushnet Company that has, well over 2,000 people, the City of New Bedford, South Coast Health Systems, which are some of the area's largest employers that also run campaigns. But we also have people that, give individually, local residents, local retirees, people that want to make an annual contribution to United Way and do that, just by making that contribution, whether it be by mailing a check or giving online. It's not just workplace giving.
Okay. Now, what I want to say before we close is I know we all give anything that we can. I know there's a lot of volunteer work that goes on in the city, and that's fantastic. We always appreciate it. But I also know that people take their hard-earned money, whether it's a quarter, whether it's a dime, whether it's $1, whether it's $10, $20 at a time, and they donate it to various charities. I know we all start with our houses of worship. We always make sure when the basket is passed for the offering, or if there's an envelope that is available, we all make sure that we contribute and help our local houses of worship. Another place, though, that I'd like you to consider is donating whatever's appropriate for you and your family to the United Way. Even if it's the loose change that gathers up in on your dresser, or that you put in a little jar. Maybe the kids have a little piggy bank that is off to the side that you throw a few quarters in on occasion. Take some of that and donate it to these very, very important nonprofits, these very important connecting organizations that help people in our city that need a helping hand. It's a tough economy. It's tough on everybody. But that little bit of money really adds up. That take a penny, give a penny type of an approach when it goes to the United Way helps greatly. So anything that you can do, we sincerely appreciate. I also know now the City of New Bedford employees are being approached again about what they'd like to do for United Way. Just to take a little time, do that check off, put in whatever you can. Nice thing about that is at the end of the year you get the statement. It's something that you're able to deduct. So in essence, it's a way of having the federal government divert money from federal government type of purposes to our local charities, our local nonprofits. So it's a great way to control the focus, the priority of our government by making a charitable contribution that you can deduct. So do the best that you can. I know times are extremely tough, but anything goes a long way when it gets in the hands of Michelle Hampman and the United Way staff, and when you have people like Dennis Galvin giving their time and effort to make sure everybody in our city is well provided for as far as their kids' needs go, the seniors, the vets, all the different people that we care about. So let's make a real effort this year. And thanks very much. I want to thank all the volunteers again.
Something good is happening in the city, and it involves the color blue. Ma'am, I notice you have a blue bin in front of your house here. Why is that?
Because it makes me feel good.
Oh.
By recycling, I'm doing my part in preventing pollution and global warming.
Well, I notice you have flattened cardboard here in your bin.
Oh, but more as well. You can recycle old newspapers, magazines, catalogs, and old phone books, as well as cans, soda cans, and 2 types of plastic, number 1 and number 2.
1 and 2. Well, is there anything left for the trash man?
No, not really.
When you recycle, the trash man takes less trash to our landfill. If everyone in the city recycled, our landfill would last a long time. Just set your blue bin out on your regular trash collection day. Fill it with flattened cardboard, newspapers, magazines, phone books, metal cans, glass bottles, and number 1 and number 2 plastic containers. To request a free recycling bin, call 508-979-1493 today.
Join us in making New Bedford a cleaner place.
Recycle more